Young Adult Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to podcast 189.
What's up, everybody?
Go ahead.
What's up?
I'm sorry, I was talking, you're talking.
It's all right, we're good.
Weird flow so far.
It's all right. We're working through it. It's a different day, so we're just off a little bit.
You know what? That's what it is. It's Wednesday morning, usually record Tuesday afternoon. Anyway, hey, I just want to let everybody know it's your two favorite hosts in all the world, Pastor Lucas and Pastor Han.
Come on, somebody.
Nobody's ever told me that, but it's self-proclaimed, and what are you going to do about it?
Nothing. They're going to do nothing about it.
I don't know what they could do about it.
I mean, you could leave a comment on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Whether you agree or disagree.
I hope you agree.
Leave us a comment either way.
Who will win?
Who will win?
You
ready?
got your Pistons picks?
I'm struggling.
Really?
I'm struggling with this one.
All right, well, they play, Wednesday night.
They play tonight.
Yes, tonight or yesterday.
Or yesterday if you're listening.
Uh-huh. They play the Thunder.
They're
like 7.5-point favorites.
I know, I can't believe it. Well,
SGA
is out.
Yeah,
so.
he's out. And honestly, I watched the Thunder play the other night. They seemed like they were playing at a slower pace than the Pistons play. A little less physical than the Pistons. I think the Pistons could kind of dominate them.
Okay.
Now, that could change. The Thunder could come out really inspired and motivated and go for it.
Right.
Like the Spurs did.
Yeah.
The other night. Anyway, so and then we play the Cleveland Cavaliers and then we play the Orlando Magic.
Yep.
Not to be confused with the Wizards. Although we've discussed that the Magic and the Wizards are essentially the same thing.
Right. Yeah. I did that was it last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. I thought that was great. Anyway, all right. Who will win?
Who will win?
It's time for the picks.
All right, I got my picks. I'm going 2-1.
Going 2-1.
But we first must address that I went 3-0 last week. You went 3-0 last week.
That's right.
Preston went 2-1 last week. These are the updated scoreboards. Let's start from worst to first. I'm 13-6.
13-6.
Preston,
but I will say you made a dramatic upgrade this week.
You're right.
Really pulled much closer to me and Preston with this 3-0.
I needed this. Okay. So then Preston's 15-4.
Yep.
And you, my friend, are 17-2, which is extremely impressive.
I don't know how I'm 17-2.
It's beginner's luck.
And maybe it is. But
it is.
I've been playing this game of often picking them to lose just one game. And I think I'm going to break that today. I think I'm going to pick them to win all three.
Also, I'm 2-1, you're 3-0.
I think they're going to go 3-0.
Nice.
I think they just lost to the Spurs.
Yep.
It was I didn't watch that whole game, but I'll be honest, I actually watched a little bit of that game. Which I haven't watched the Pistons game forever, but it was on Peacock, and so I could watch it.
Nice.
And I was watching it a little bit before my wife got home, and they looked pretty good. The game was like back and forth. I think until the fourth quarter. I didn't watch the fourth quarter, but it was back and forth. But they lost. And so I think they're coming off a loss. I think they got 3 wins.
All right. I'm 2-1. I think they beat the Thunder. I think they lose to the Cavaliers because I think the Cavaliers are a really good team. They don't match up well with the Cavaliers. Then it's just my personal opinion. I really love Donovan Mitchell, how he plays. Harden is a weird matchup, but we'll see. Anyway, but then I think they bounce back and beat the Magic. All right. Preston, you got your picks?
Preston is
he out there?
He's out there. He's coming in. If you're listening, he's walking in.
Yep, here we go.
He's not in camera frame yet, but he's coming.
There he is.
Getting nice and close.
I watched the footage from last week. I'm not on camera. It's just like the top bill of my hat, so it's like this.
You're more on this week.
And so I'm on now though.
Okay.
I can see myself now. No, it's fine. Okay. I thought it was funny.
Good.
I think the Magic are a strong defensive team. The Pistons are a strong defensive team. I think the Pistons go 1-2.
Ooh. Wow.
I think they beat the Thunder, but then lose to the Cavs and Magic.
Okay, so we got 3 completely different picks this week.
This is good.
I'm probably going to be in last place based off my prediction next week. But anyway.
It's all good. We need something like this to...
We need something to shake up the scoreboard.
Thank you, Preston, for shaking this up and making it more interesting.
Welcome. Yeah, this was a good week. All 3 of us have completely different picks. I like this.
Yeah, I like it too. Well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I'm going to be watching the Pistons really close this week.
All right.
Come on, let's go.
You don't have any notes.
3 dubs.
You got everything memorized right now?
Well, we'll see. Hopefully. You
Awesome.
know, we'll see if at some point if I start blanking, then we'll see. I should have had notes, but I think I got it all memorized.
All right. This clashes with my biblical worldview.
Man, that clashes with my biblical worldview.
All right, I think I got a good one this week. Can I go first?
Absolutely.
I think you went first last week, so
Go ahead.
I'm ready. My wife, if you guys don't know, I'm going to set this clash up for a second. My wife is a therapist, and she's awesome at it. And so in her office, or I don't know, somehow she got sent a magazine from Psychology Today.
Okay.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense.
And so we were kind of flipping through it. It was at our house, and we were flipping through it together the other night. And there was an article that was titled, "Should My Partner Be My Best Friend?"
Okay.
Just kind of talk about, you know, it's your marriage partner, your spouse, should they be your best friend? And this is what clashed with my biblical worldview. So first off, it said that only 14% of people would say that their spouse is their best friend.
It's pretty low.
Or even in their, like, when asked to list their, like, top 3 friends, only 14% would even list their spouse.
That's really, really low.
Yeah, crazy low. And then it made this statement, and it was like one of those, you know, you ever see, like, you read a magazine or an article, and there's like one statement that's kind of like bold and highlighted by itself, but then you read the rest of the article, and you're like, yeah, that's a statement, but maybe you should read the whole context around the article. Mm-hmm. So it made this statement, and it said that if your spouse is your best friend, then it might be harder for you to have other, like, social support. Like, it might be harder for you to find other friends to help you if you're struggling because your spouse is your only best friend, or is your best friend. And
I'm not sure that they connect like that.
okay, so me and my wife looked at each other, and my wife was literally like, this is a culture clash.
Yeah.
She's like, this doesn't make sense. Like, if you're doing marriage right, like, your spouse should be your best friend.
Yes.
And she's like, and actually, she's like, I think it should help if your spouse is your best friend that you have other great, especially couple friends that are around you, that if you are feeling low can help build you up, that you can connect with other people, that you can go to other people that are great friends that you love. And she's like, I think this is, and then it was interesting because you kind of started reading the article fully, and you started picking up on other things, and they're like, well, actually, we've realized in the study that older couples significantly more said that their spouse is their best friend. And like, people that have been together for a long, long time, people that have been married for decades, like, every decade was like the percentage went up multiple percent by saying that their spouse was their best friend. And it started putting these other patterns that they're showing together. I'm like, I feel like it's actually a good thing.
Yes.
Like, if you actually look at what you're saying, that it's a good thing, but you're kind of portraying it as, it could be not good. And it really clashes with my biblical worldview.
It's a big clash for sure. Your spouse is number one after Jesus. So
Yeah.
Jesus is number one, then your spouse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It has to be in that order. Yeah. All right.
There you go.
I'm going back to our good old friend here.
Okay.
He's been on their culture clash quite a bit, and he's back.
All right.
Zoran Mamdami.
Okay, there we go. It's like the third time he's been on.
Yep, he is. And you know why?
Well, because he's really clashing.
He's so bad. And he has put together a new taxation bracket.
Okay.
So, you know, that happens when there's a new mayor, governor,
Yeah.
things like that.
For sure.
Although, you know, to be quite honest with you, I didn't know mayors had any authority to tax people.
I was just going to say the same thing. I was like, so
Honestly.
is there a special city tax in New York City?
Yes. And he's proposed a higher tax on the white neighborhoods.
Nice.
How do you like that?
I have so many things that I want to say about that.
Now, there was a fantastic little spot on this from a guy. I don't know who it was. Can't remember. But when it comes to the Muslim culture,
Okay.
in the book, the Quran, their book. Now, what happens is that there is in the book of the Quran, there's something that is called a jizya.
Okay.
I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it is a type of taxation levied on non-Muslims.
Okay.
And of a state governed by Islamic law.
Okay.
So Zoran Mamdani was sworn in on the Quran, so he's
Yep.
trying to follow the Quran.
Yep.
So he's levying a tax on non-Muslims called the jizya.
Wow.
Yep, that's what somebody's telling them. Now, why would they do this? I looked this up. I looked up, is there a jizya tax in Egypt?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
A jizya in Egypt, particularly affecting the Coptic Christians.
Okay.
All right. Now, historically, jizya was a taxation imposed on non-Muslims. While it is abolished in many territories, some Islamist groups have recently coerced the Coptic Christians, into paying this tax, especially in different regions of Egypt right now. This practice is seen as a means of asserting Islamic dominance over non-Muslim communities and has led to significant pressure on the Christian population. So the whole idea of this is to put pressure on them.
Yeah.
So as to what? Maybe leave,
Right.
which would benefit them, and so
Yeah.
they replace them with more Muslims. Also, maybe just to say, hey, we're gonna hurt you a little bit, and we're gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if it's gonna go through or not, but it's a culture clash.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Man, this
Come
guy's he is podcast fodder.
He sure is. He's definitely creating lots of content for us.
He is.
Lots of in all the wrong ways.
Every week there's something new for us that clashes with our biblical worldview.
Yeah.
Oh man, you ready for some Bible talk?
I'm ready. Let's get into it.
Oh, I love me some Bible talk.
I love me some Bible talk.
Have you ever disappointed somebody?
Yeah.
Now, I would say this. I want to talk about how to respond when you disappointed people. But I want
Okay.
to talk about through the biblical lens. How to
Right.
respond biblically when you've disappointed people. It's pretty evident when Jesus walked the earth that he disappointed a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think of a few right off the top of my head. He disappointed the rich young ruler
Yeah.
in telling him that he suggested to him, why don't you sell everything?
Sell everything you have.
Give it all to the poor, and then you can
then-
come follow me.
then come follow me.
Well, the Bible specifically says that rich young ruler walked away sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to do that. Also, I got a bunch of notes down here. Disappointed crowds who wanted a political revolution.
Yep. Oh yeah.
We wanted to make, at one point in time, they wanted to make him king.
They wanted to make him king by force.
And
yeah.
he slipped through the crowds and left them.
Yep.
Bet he disappointed a lot of people that day. He disappointed a lot of religious leaders by confronting their hypocrisy.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if people were pretty upset with him when he came to the temple a couple times with the whip.
Yeah.
And,
oh yeah.
screaming at everybody, turning over tables, whipping people, telling them, you've turned my father's house into a marketplace. It should be a house of prayer. He disappointed his own disciples.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
when he talked about how he was going to go out to the cross,
Go to the
suffer
cross,
and die.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
disappointed them tremendously. So it's pretty clear that if you are a Jesus follower, eventually I think you're going to disappoint some people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've disappointed a lot of people, I think, when I have decided to follow Jesus.
Yeah.
You disappoint the world, or you disappoint family, and you disappoint some friends, and you leave them
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
And it disappoints them. And it's pretty clear we should definitely never live for human approval,
Yep.
right?
Come on. That's good.
The Bible even talks about this in Galatians 1, verse 10. It says, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? This is Paul. If I was still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ.
Yeah, come on, that's good. I love that verse, and it makes me think of that other verse that Paul says that when he's talking about the resurrection. I think it might be 1 Corinthians 15. And he said if the resurrection is not real, then we ought to be pitied more than all other men.
Interesting. Yeah.
And
it's
I
a
thought,
good verse.
I thought about that because if you truly believe in Jesus and that he died, was the Messiah, buried, rose from the grave, it will so change your life that you will be willing to disappoint people and do exactly what Paul was saying. Like, I'm not trying to get the approval of man, I'm trying to get the approval of God. But he also points out that if this isn't real, if this was all a big hoax, then why would we do any of this? Like if we knew that this was a big hoax, why would we be being beaten and suffered all the time? Like that would be dumb. You know what I'm saying? So he really, really points that out there in that verse.
So Proverbs 29:25, which we probably all know this, but the fear of man is a trap.
Yeah.
So there is a level of disappointing people that the Bible, I would say, strengthens us so that we can follow God and not aim to please people.
Come on. It's good.
And I say, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. But, Pastor Aaron, I would say that there's also at times where we disappoint people and it's wrong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's wrong.
Yep. You know, Jesus was very, in the way that he lived his life. You read the Gospels, he was very intentional with loving people, especially that the world or the culture kind of rejected. And, let's be honest, he was loved at everybody. Anybody that was willing to come to him.
He never disappointed people the wrong way.
Yeah. But I think we as flawed human beings
Yes.
have a tendency to disappoint people, to not be loving at times,
Yep.
to sometimes try to say the truth without love, and we end up hurting somebody.
That's Ephesians 4:15. You
right.
just quoted right there. Speak truth in love.
And sometimes, you know, we have to be careful with the way that we interact with people.
We do. The Bible tells us to speak truth in love. The Bible tells us to, Romans 12:18, live at peace with others.
Yeah.
If possible.
If possible. Yeah, as
Okay.
long as it depends on you.
You've got to do your part. And of course, they might not want peace. And, they've chose violence, and that's their choice, right?
Right.
You're supposed to, Colossians 3:12, be kind, be patient, be humble.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're unloving, and you are choosing, you woke up today and chose violence, you've chosen that, or you've been unkind, impatient, and proud.
Yeah.
And how you deal with the people around you, your family, your friends, your coworkers. Guess what? You're disappointing a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's not the right kind of disappointment.
Absolutely. Come on, that's good. That's so good.
So what then? Okay, Pastor, and which was really, I feel like this is maybe the part of the podcast I really wanted to talk through more.
Okay.
Is how to respond when you've disappointed people. So what do you do after you've disappointed people the wrong way?
Okay.
You've sinned.
Yeah.
Okay. Ask yourself these kind of questions. Was I kind? Was I patient?
Yeah. Okay.
Those are real super simple questions.
Yeah.
And if you weren't, then you realize, oh no, I think I've made a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you need to probably fix it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, and then I think you have to, you can have a bunch of self-reflection, and self-reflection is great, but, if it just ends with, was I patient? No.
Nah.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to maybe ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. Nobody taught me about saying you're sorry like Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood.
Okay.
Have you heard this before?
I mean, I know.
I've preached this.
I don't know if I've heard this.
Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, the cartoon for children,
Right.
taught me how to say you're sorry.
Okay.
And I think it's perfect.
All right.
So you say this, I'm sorry. How can I fix it?
Okay. There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So the apology and how you apologize.
That's important.
It is important. So there's so many terrible ways to apologize.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry that I was impatient with you. The Lord has been really using me mightily lately.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I don't feel apologized to.
Yeah. So I'm sorry that, I ran you over with my car. I was in a hurry to get to church.
Great.
Yeah. So those aren't good apologies.
Yeah.
This is an apology, as Dan and Tiger taught me. I'm sorry. What can I do to fix it?
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
So they were playing with the puzzle, and one person came over and messed it up. Right? What
Right.
can I do to fix it? You can help me put the puzzle back together.
Right, there you go.
Oh, okay. So there's a little bit more to this than just saying, hey, I'm sorry in a manipulative way.
Yeah.
way,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah. And I think then that goes with that, obviously, that extension of asking for forgiveness. And you can't make somebody forgive you, but you can ask. You can extend that. Say, hey, can you forgive me for this? What can I do to make it right?
Yeah.
And that's really important.
It's all about fixing it, I think.
Yeah.
You can't just go through life hurting people and then moving on.
Yeah. I just thought of this example, and this is a kind of extreme example, but it might help us see this clear. Have you ever seen pastors? I know that you have.
I've seen pastors.
Who either them or maybe their spouse, there's an affair that happens, there's some infidelity in their marriage. And what's crazy to me is there's some pastors where that happens in their life and it absolutely ruins their life.
Sure.
They never pastor again.
Yeah.
They never lead a church again. It ruins their ministry, their life, and I think a lot of it has to do with the way they respond to it. And then I've seen other pastors that becomes part of their testimony in their life, and they'll openly tell you that 3 years or whatever, that was the hardest season of my life, the hardest season of my marriage. But the way that they responded to it, the way that they extended forgiveness, the way that there was obviously massive disappointment there, whether it was them that had the affair or maybe the spouse that had the affair, but obviously massive disappointment. But the way that they chose to work through it, to extend forgiveness, to apologize, to work to make it right. And then all of a sudden you look up 10 years later and they're back in ministry, they're leading people, they're restored. They're restored, right? And I think a big part of that has to do with the way that they choose to respond to the disappointment that's happening in their life. And that's a very extreme example, but I think it shows the importance of how we respond to disappointment can affect the relationships that we have with other people.
The harsh reality is you are going to hurt people as you go through life.
Yeah.
You're going to have a moment of impatience. You're going to have a moment of anger.
Yeah.
You're going to have a moment where you say something you regret. But the real question is, what then are you going to do about it? What am I going to do about it?
Yeah.
If I've mistreated somebody, I've been unfair to somebody, and I know it, what do I do about that?
Yeah.
Man, it's difficult.
It is difficult.
To, if you're a proud person and that pride comes out and you speak harshly to people, you have to be the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And you have to actually you have to humble
You
yourself.
gotta humble yourself, yeah.
You got to go look someone in the eye and say, "Woof, you know what? I made a big mistake.
Yeah.
Will you forgive me, please? I will not do that again." Or maybe you can't promise that because you're human. Maybe you could say something like, "I don't ever want to do that again."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will try my best not to deal with you like that, treat you like that. And I'm very sorry. Now, you hope they forgive you, and they probably will, especially if they love you,
right? Yeah.
But this is how I feel like life works. I hate disappointing people.
Yeah.
It really. Oh man, it ruins my sleep.
Yeah.
It ruins it, my soul, my psyche is all. I have a hard time getting over it. I can't believe I did that, man. Oh gosh.
Yeah, I was listening to a pastor just this week, and he was talking about this. He said, "Man, he's like, I know that sometimes there are things that we do as Christians that will offend people or will disappoint people," and he's like, "It is so difficult for me." He's like, "Because I want you to like me so bad."
Yes. Yeah.
And he's like, and I've had to realize that maybe I've decided, it was kind of what we were saying earlier, that I spoke the truth, but I didn't do it very lovingly. And so it brought about this disappointment. It's like, and that was on me. It's like, and that makes me feel even worse.
Yeah. The Bible encourages us to follow Jesus. And when we do it, we will disappoint people along the way.
Right.
I call that a standard. You've set a standard.
You set a standard.
You've
That's
set
right.
boundaries.
Yep.
Now, when there's going to be people who are going to come up and hit that standard and that boundary that you've created,
Yep.
and they're going to get disappointed in you because you've set a standard, you've set a boundary. Those are good things.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. I was just listening to a pastor, and he said when he first started his church in a very small town, it was all of his focus was to build this church and this small town, and he just became obsessed with it. And then it started doing really well, and he'd get a phone call every now and then to come be guest speaker at a conference. And it ended up being to that point where, man, he started speaking around the world.
Wow.
So he went from this like small town local church pastor. Now he's that plus a world-renowned conference speaker.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's just thought, praise the Lord. And then COVID hit.
Okay.
And during COVID, forced to be at home, he began to reassess who he really was and what he wanted his future to look like.
All right.
And he realized, I think I want to set up more boundaries,
Okay.
more standards. I'm not going to leave as much.
That's good. I like that.
I'm not going to be a guest speaker around the world like I was. I'm going to put more focus back into my church.
All right.
Now his church is very large, many campuses,
Okay.
spans across his state and then into other states.
Wow.
And he says, I have set a standard that people didn't realize.
Yeah.
And I was like, once kind of COVID started relaxing and things were kind of getting back to normal, I started getting all the phone calls again to go be a guest speaker at all these conferences, and I just started saying, no, my time is better spent at home. I want to rest more.
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
Come on. Yeah.
Want to rest more. What a boundary and a standard that honestly that's going to make some people upset.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
And he says, I've just set a different standard now. But you can't be afraid to do that at times. There's
Right.
at times where you have to set a standard, set a boundary. People have to, respect it. But if we've disappointed people because you've been unkind and unloving and prideful, well, then you need to fix it. You
Yeah.
need to fix it. And that's really difficult.
It is difficult.
And not as fun as
Yeah.
the other kind of disappointment.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely more challenging, and I think one of the things, Pastor Luke, that makes this more difficult is I think that just in general, as humanity, is that we kind of get prideful. We don't really like apologizing. We want to be right, and but it takes this humility and a gentleness. I was thinking the other fruit of the Spirit, that gentleness.
Yes.
To be willing to say, man, I'm sorry. I don't want to do this again. How can I fix it? Will you forgive me? I want to restore this relationship. Let's move forward. And when you can do that, I think it opens the door for people to see that, man, you're not Superman.
Yeah. You're flawed.
You're flawed. And it can even open the door for greater relationship and greater ministry, potentially with different people. When people can see that you're flawed. Pastor Tim always says that. He's like, I never want to follow a leader without a limp. Someone who looks perfect, who has everything put together, who has no flaws. When you look at those people, you're like, I feel like they're hiding something. And when you disappoint people, but then you come back and say, man, I'm sorry. How can I fix this? I should have never done that. I don't want to do this again. Will you forgive me? When you respond in that way, it shows your humanity, and it also shows a level of great maturity and humility on your part.
Mm-hmm. It does. We all have these flaws, and we have to have these prayers at times. You say, Lord, I wish I wasn't flawed like this.
Yeah.
But God, could you use me anyway?
Yeah.
Could you use me anyway? I'm a flawed human being who wants to do great things in the kingdom of God, and I want to impact as many people as I can.
Yeah.
Help me, Lord. Use me. And the Lord will. And maybe even this podcast is encouraging you to continue, even though you're flawed. Mm-hmm. Don't let people's opinions and the enemy's voice convince you that you're flawed and you're you got to get out of the race.
Right. Come on.
No.
That's good.
Work.
I like it.
You got to continue on, push through, tell the Lord to help you, keep asking for forgiveness, but don't quit.
Come on. That's good. Don't
quit.
quit. Don't quit.
Keep going.
Keep going.
All right. It's been great to be with you, audience. What was
This is a
one
good one.
like?
This is fun.
Yeah. What do you think this one was like? Like a chocolate fountain?
I was gonna say like a charcuterie board.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, kind of lots of different flavors all over the place.
A little desserts, little salts.
Yeah, lots of
Salt
different
and sweet.
flavors, but all kind of work together good.
Yeah. I like that.
There we go.
Praise the Lord. All right. Catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast. Youth and Young Adult Podcast.